Well, friends, there is a really fun family event coming up for music lovers in Mid-Michigan. We are so thrilled to have the man behind the music himself joining us, Steve Seskin. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm doing terrific. I'm so glad that you're here. Midland, friends, they're doing a songwriters workshop at Dow Library and putting on a concert in November. So let's talk a little bit about you, Steve. You've written so many hit songs and you started what is an anti-bullying project. Tell us about that.
So I wrote a song with a friend of mine named Alan Chamberlain, and it's called Don't Laugh at Me. And that song was written just in the course of how we write songs and, talking about things we care about. And we were lucky enough to have a fellow named Mark Wills record it in country music. And it was on the radio, and that's always good.
Yes.
As a songwriter, I like that. But even better was when, if you remember Peter, Paul, and Mary, who I actually grew up listening to, the folk group, they recorded that song and they turned it into a curriculum for schools and a foundation called Operation Respect. And the whole idea behind that was just to make sure that we educate our children in schools about respect, kindness, friendship, the importance of being there for each other, being of service to your community. And it's funny because some people say, well, do we have to teach that? Isn't that like ingrained in people, or don't they do that at home?
Right.
And my answer would be hopefully, as they do that as well at home, but maybe not in every home to the same degree. And that school is a place where kids spend a lot of time, and if you think about it, it's their first shot at socialization and being around a lot of other kids and working as a team and all that good stuff. And so that issue becomes pretty much prevalent every day, And schools have a lot of problems with kids being unkind to each other and being, mean and teasing and bullying and all that stuff. And so the song just attempts to hopefully put a little dent in that and to remind people how important it is.
And it's so necessary, Steve, because there is a rise in bullying around in schools. And that message, your message is very impactful. And your songs, you seem to have a message that you like to give out, to have powerful songs. Tell me about your songwriting.
Well, in general, I tend to write a lot of songs that have some sort of positive message to them. And I just feel like that's part of my mission, if you will, as a songwriter. And I try to do it in a way that, there's an old saying in songwriting, you never want to be too preachy. Right. Because nobody wants to hear me tell them what is important in life. Right. But if you do it in a way that, so for instance, Don't Laugh at Me is a really good example because it's written in a child's voice. I am the little boy with glasses, the one they call the geek. Everybody can relate to, everybody was teased or bullied in some fashion at some point growing up.
Yes.
And so if you keep it on a personal level, then people can just take in the message without necessarily feeling assaulted by the songwriter, I call it.
Well, we love it. And we have this expert coming in our area, this person. I just call you, it's such a powerful mission that you are on, Steve. Now, Steve has a workshop at Grace A. Dow Library. That's Saturday, November 5th. It runs from 11 to 3. The concert then is from 5 until 7. You can get tickets at the door. We will also have a link to where you can buy tickets in the hot link section at WNEM.com. Steve, thank you for spending some time with us today. Yes,
Steve. Just to mention one thing that's I think is important is that this is also a benefit for Dstreet Music Foundation, which is totally dedicated to bringing programs to Midland for young people in music. And so I'm happy to be part of that and supporting the Dstreet Music Foundation.
Dstreet Music Foundation, helping kids and bring music to the area. Thank you, Steve. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for stopping in.
All right, my pleasure. Thanks, Colette.
Of course, you're so welcome. If you have any ideas on what you would like to see on our show, you can send them to us at WNEM-4 p.m. News at WNEM.com and just use the subject 4 p.m. News Spotlight.